Some synthesizers don't just make music, they change the sound of an entire genre. Back in 1986, a hybrid machine called the Ensoniq ESQ-1 appeared, and somehow ended up shaping some of the most influential records ever made. Today we're diving into the story of the ESQ-1. The Ensoniq ESQ-1 is an 8-voice polyphonic digital synth that dropped in 1986 from the American company Ensoniq. What made it stand out right away was its hybrid setup, basically mixing wavetable-style digital oscillators with real analog filters. Ensoniq actually started out as Peripheral Visions back in 1982. Founded by engineers from MOS Technology, the ESQ-1 was their first proper synth, coming right after the success of their 1984 Mirage sampler. Under the hood, you've got 3 digital oscillators per voice, each pulling from a set of 32 waveforms. The synth originally came with 40 internal presets, some of them pretty iconic, honestly. And you could expand that up to 120 using cartridges. I personally have the Valhalla cartridge. The ESQ-1 was a big deal for Ensoniq during the whole 80s digital synth boom. It helped put them on the map and led the later models like the 1987 Ensoniq ESQ-80, which, not gonna lie, looks insanely good. I love it. It also got praise from artists like John Carpenter, some of the best movie soundtracks ever in my opinion. When it launched in 1986, the ESQ-1 was aimed at being affordable but still powerful. It came in at around $13.95 USD, which made it a mid-range option. You were getting features like multi-tembrality and built-in sequencer. The ESQ-1 ended up in the hands of some pretty legendary artists like Prince, Jean-Michel Jarre, and Alice Cooper, but it also ended up in the hands of incredibly inspiring artists that I really love, like Robert from DAF, for example. And let me tell you a story I really love. Back in 1987, Robert Görl was going through a really tough moment. DAF had just broken up for the second time, and he was basically at a crossroads in his life. He later said, "I had 2 weeks to decide. I could either go into the army, which I was completely against, or I could go to Berlin and avoid the army. Instead, I decided to get out of Germany again and went to Paris. Or I should say, Paris." So he packed up quickly, jumped on a night train from Munich to Paris, and brought along just a few essentials, including an Ensoniq ESQ-1 he had just bought. Once he got there, he found a cheap hotel in Levallois-Perret, just outside the city. No studio, no setup, just him, the ESQ-1, and a bag of clothes. I found out that there were quite a few cheap hotels on the outskirts at Levallois-Perret in the Paris suburbs. I checked into one with the ESQ-1 and a bag of clothes. It was a very melancholic time, a very lonely time, and that's how I made the Paris tapes. During that time, he recorded 10 tracks, raw, a bit hissy, straight to cassette, and they weren't even meant to be released at first. Later on, he described the ESQ-1 as a really freeing piece of gear. And when you hear the story, it's easy to understand why. I love that story. But the ESQ-1 didn't stop there. It actually ended up being a huge part of the industrial sound we all know today. In September '88, one of the best albums ever dropped, VIVIsectVI by Skinny Puppy. It really refined their signature harsh, sample-heavy sound, and a lot of critics still consider it their best work. When Dwayne and Kevin from Skinny Puppy got their hands on the ESQ-1, it was a very deliberate move. They wanted a fresh sonic palette, something that reflected the new tech coming in at the time. The album had 2 singles, Censor, called Dog Shit on the album, but renamed for the single so it could actually sell. And Texture, which came with a really cool video. The ESQ-1 ended up playing a big role shaping VIVIsectVI, where they pushed the synth pretty hard, often using the software editor Steinberg Synthworks to design and tweak patches in more experimental ways, randomizing sounds to get unexpected textures. Steinberg Synthworks was a series of editor librarian software programs developed by Steinberg in the late 80s and early 90s, primarily for the Atari ST computer, designed to manage, create, and store sounds for popular synthesizers like the Roland D50, D10, or the Yamaha SY-77.
So once again, we're on an Atari 1040 ST, and we are running ESQ-1 Soundworks. Oh, listen to that. Straight out of the Twilight Zone. Oh, I gotta keep that one. That's beautiful. And remember, these are being created completely by randomization.
You can actually hear the ESQ-1 all over the record. And Texture in particular has one of my favorite synth sounds ever. The main lead is the ESQ-1 with that bell-like tone they created using the ESQ-1 together with Steinberg Synthworks. But there's also a preset on it that sounds very similar. There's also the string sounds from another legendary Skinny Puppy track that came from the Ensoniq ESQ-1. The strings in the chorus of Warlock, that melody, man, it hits every time. gives me the chills every single listen. Honestly, decades later, the ESQ-1 still sounds unique, inspiring, and unlike anything else. If you're into music production, check out my website for presets, samples, and my Patreon for production videos, discounts, and more. Thanks for watching. Ciao.